Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Lloyd's ASMR. Today, I bring you back into my kitchen to stir up a very relaxing meal. It's a simple meal, but pretty delicious. Now, I'm going to try to make the entire box of pancakes. Now, I'm going to probably eat some tonight after this video, for sure. My stomach will tell me different, but yeah, I don't really do too well with stuff like this. So, but I can't help myself. I suffer through the pain, but it's worth it. Now, most of this will probably last me throughout the week, or at least a couple of days, for breakfast. It's a good breakfast. I wish I could make you a bigger meal, but this is all I can afford right now. So, but hey, this year will probably last me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love pancakes. So, let's go and see if we have everything. First off, it doesn't take much, but still we need our spatula, our stirring spoon, our bowl, measuring cups, the works. Let's go. Follow me. Okay, folks, so here we have it. Our pancake mix. Oh, and waffle mix. Can't forget the waffles. Now, let's see here. Let's spin it around and take a look at what all we need. So, if we're gonna go with almost the whole entire box, we need 3 cups of the mix and 2 1/4 cup of water. Okay. And of course the directions are quite easy. You can read here. Let's see, it says for thicker pancakes, use a little less water. For thinner pancakes, use a little more water. Number 1, heat skillet over medium-low heat or electric griddle to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Skillet is ready when drops of water sizzle and disappear almost immediately. Okay. Yeah, always look for the little bubbles. Number 2, combine mix and water in a bowl. Stir with water or whisk until large lumps disappear. Overmixing may toughen the pancakes. Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to keep that in mind. Number 3, pour slightly less than a 1/4 cup batter for each pancake onto lightly greased skillet. Then turn when pancakes bubble. More bubbles. And bottoms are golden brown. Okay, good deal. Well, let's get this open. Maybe. I was like from the 80s. Okay, well, that probably wasn't supposed to be opened. I thought there was a bag in there. I guess not. Well, that aside, let's bring in our bowl. Big bowl coming through. There we go. There. My OCD, there we go. All right, now we're going to first need the 1 cup measuring cup, and that is going to be for the pancake mix. So let's pour some in. Here we go. There's 1. And about 3. That should work. If not, the pancake will tell us. Okay, so next we need 2 1/4 cup water. So I need to wash this back. Let's add some water. So we need 2 cups. That's 1. And that's 2. Now, 1/4. And I'm not going to put too much of this in because I did spill a little bit. So, right about there. And now, the fun part, okay? Let's start stirring. Now, if it's too runny, we'll add some more pancake mix to it. As you know, half the time, these companies never put the right measurements on the bag. Or at least it never works out when I do it according to the directions. Smush up some of these chunks in here. it's starting to thicken up a little bit. Now, I do want you to keep in mind, I am definitely no expert at this at all. But, you know, it's for you guys and girls, so. But yeah, this here is going to last me quite a long time. Now, like I said, I really shouldn't be eating this stuff. But, you know, doesn't mean I'm not going to try, right? It's too delicious to turn down. But I pay for it in the end. That's for sure. I won't go into details of that. For your sake and the sake of my appetite for pancakes. I will say that I've lost about 70 pounds so far without trying. So, yeah, my stomach is just a real mess right now. I haven't lost any of my foods technically, but they do damage when I eat them. So, that sucks. Anything dairy is just out of the question for me. Chocolate, milk, whatever, cheese. I mean, I pretty much react to everything I eat at this point. Some less, some more. Like, take for instance, I have turkey sandwiches. Just turkey and bread. And I still react to that. Now, my doctor said, that a lot of my symptoms are from the hernia. But there's some other symptoms going on that he doesn't think is caused by the hernia. That it's caused by something else, like in my gut. And what that could be, I have no idea. It could be anything from ulcers to his gut bacteria buildup, some kind of infection or something. Or other things that are, far worse. But let's hope it's not that. Okay, well, I think that looks pretty good. Look at that. That'll make some good pancakes. Well, let's get to it then. Meet me over at the stove. Alright, so I got one in here already. I did 2 scoops. We're gonna make some huge pancakes. Big ones, look at them. As you can see, it's starting to bubble already. It's actually quite hypnotic watching and listening to the hear them popping. Alright, let's see if we can get this flipped without me messing it up. Well, now, first one's always a fail. Keep that in mind. It should still be delicious, though. Okay, so we're going to try one scoop this time. My tummy was doing all the thinking. It's like more. My mind's like, yeah, right. Okay, we got some good bubbles going on here. Look at that. Let's see if we can flip this one. Like I said, I am no expert. Oh, look at that. Well, isn't that something? I probably could have left it brown a little bit more on that side. I always like to pat it. That way you can feel if there's any goop in there. But you don't want goop in the middle of your pancake. There we go. It should be good. Just for your information, you can always add things to these pancakes. They don't need to always be plain. You can add chocolate chips, maybe some blueberries, whatever you want. I always thought about adding coconut flakes in the mix, coconut pancakes. But yeah, then of course if you want a nice hearty meal, some protein, add some eggs here, maybe some delicious sausage links. Alright, let's see. For another one. There, look at that. Good old sizzle. I hear the popping. Where's the bubbles? But yeah, like I was saying, you can add all kinds of stuff here. Turn this into a real feast. And then syrups, powdered sugar maybe, definitely some butter. Absolutely. Yeah, nowadays you can get all kinds of flavors of maple syrup. Recently, they had cinnamon toast crunch maple syrup. I tried it. It was pretty good. That's how it's supposed to be right there. Look at that. Whenever you can put your spatula underneath there, real nice and smooth, it just slides. That's perfect. And then, right there, that's the color you're looking for. I just cleaned the sides off just to make the pancake a little more presentable. got some scraps here. Those are good snacks. Pancake chips. And that's a new product I should come up with. Alright, let's see. I think it should be good. Okay. Time for a new one. There we go. Now you must pardon the sound of the stove. It's an old stove. I think it's like from the early 90s or something. Who knows? It's an old Whirlpool. Super capacity 465. If anybody wants to look it up. Tell me what year it's from. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, nice and smooth. Right there. We've got that coloration again. Perfect. So, speaking of cookouts and such, for those Americans out there who celebrated Independence Day, how was your holiday? Good, I hope. Me, I just stayed home and took a couple naps. But didn't really do anything. Didn't set off fireworks. Didn't go see any fireworks. Didn't see. There we go. Do one more on camera here, and then I'm gonna fry up the rest off camera. Otherwise, we'll be here for hours doing this. And the stove sounds like it needs a little rest. But yeah, we'll do one more here. Just this one. Look, there's a baby pancake. And something else. I don't know what it is. Alright, so let's get this flipped. Perfect again. Alright, so now I will see you in a little bit. I'm going to fry the rest of these up on my own. Alright, folks, here it all is. Here's my meal for tonight while I watch my movies. And here is pancakes for at least a couple days. I tried to make a dinosaur, but it didn't work. Here's his tail. It was supposed to be a brachiosaur, but oh well. I can still see it, sort of. Okay. Alright, so let's get these all buttered up. Add some syrup. And maybe even a sprinkle of some cinnamon sugar on top. Just to add a cinnamon toast crunch vibe to it. Alright, let me get these out of the way. So, let's start off one pancake at a time. Here we have our butter. We just need a little bit. That's actually quite a lot, but it's okay. There we go, look at that. Okay. Now let's add another one. We're going to just overlap it a bit. We're going to go with a professional approach here. A fancy dinner. Get them saturated with it. Look at that. There we go. Now, I don't like clumps of butter on my pancakes, you know, that's, but there we go. That's perfect. Now, speaking of, when I was talking about toppings and things like that, there are just so many different things you can do with a pancake. Like, take for instance, we could add vanilla extract to the pancake mix, which is something I was going to do, but I forgot. So I do apologize. But it just adds a little bit of extra flavor in there, you know. A normal pancake kind of tastes a little like cardboard, but hey, lesson learned. I won't forget it next time. Actually, I probably will. But that's my own fault then. And the final pancake. The big one. There. Just a little bit more. Now, this might seem like a lot of butter, but it's not. These pancakes are going to soak up a lot of this, because these things are actually quite thick. I made them add some syrup to the mix. Just a light glaze. But now again, keep in mind, pancakes are going to soak up a lot of this. There we go. That should do it. Okay, now let's add a little flavoring. Some cinnamon sugar. Don't want to put too much on there. Oh. Perfect. All right. Well, let's look at each other face to face. Okay, everyone. Bon appetit. Here are my pancakes. And I'm actually quite proud of these pancakes. Because most of the time, when I'm making things like this, completely scorched. And we're talking, it looks like my shirt. Touching it just crumples. But in all seriousness, I'd like to thank you all for watching me make some pancakes. It means a lot to me. And I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you could find it relaxing, maybe even a little entertaining. Well, I'm about to go try these out as I sit down to relax for the night. Hopefully, I'll be issue free, but somehow I doubt it. Well, I wish I could share them all with you. They smell amazing. I hope you all enjoy your night. And if you'd like to see more cooking videos, just let me know in the comments.